So many people grew up playing Minecraft, right? Back in the day, and many people would play on the PC version. Yes, they played, Java. They play Java Edition. They would just, load up their worlds and play on PC, and they would set up their LAN worlds, whatever, But not everyone uh grew up playing on the PC version of Minecraft, which I did, but like that's not the point of the video. A lot of people grew up playing on the console versions of Minecraft, or mostly known as the Legacy editions of Minecraft, or like console edition, right? Not Bedrock, the Legacy Minecraft versions of the game. And I gotta say, a lot of people grew up playing that, and especially on, a very well-known console, the Xbox 360. Very, very big, very popular Xbox console, and a console that a lot of people loved playing. And it wasn't just because of Minecraft that made the Xbox so popular. There was a lot of games on there that were really good. But besides that, right, the Xbox 360, man, was such a great console, and especially a great console to play Minecraft on. And I gotta say, man, after so much time has passed, right, I gotta say I do miss Minecraft Xbox 360 edition. And I know a lot of people will just go out there and say, oh, it's just nostalgia, but like, yes, it can be nostalgia, but there's a bit more that goes into it, right, than just nostalgia, because the Legacy Edition of Minecraft is nothing like, has a lot of like unique things to it that just make it more unique and very much loved by so many people, where they prefer playing the Legacy Editions over like Java or Bedrock, like the legacy editions of Minecraft are very well loved and very well known around the world, very popular, and I think at some point I think it was actually even more popular than Java. Like I think more people played on these legacy edition versions of Minecraft more than Java, which is crazy to think because even back then a lot of people would make videos on playing those legacy edition games, right? But nowadays, of course, people play Java and not Bedrock, and no one plays the legacy edition versions of the game anymore because they're not being updated. And also, just before we get into it, right, 4J Studios, the studio behind making these Legacy Edition versions of Minecraft, did such a great job. Like, they will never receive enough credit for how well they did, by making these versions of Minecraft. They did such a great job, and I gotta say, I mean, a lot of people will praise the studio for a very long time because they're very good at what they did. So, unfortunately, they're not around, but, what they did for Minecraft on the, consoles, they did such an amazing job. 4J Studios, amazing studio. We'll praise them forever. So, yeah, anyways. So, the reason why a lot of people, like, miss Xbox 360, Minecraft, and just some of the other, legacy editions, but I'm gonna mainly focus on Xbox 360 in this video because that's the one I played. And the reason why, me and so many people miss playing these versions is just how simple it was and how crazy it was to just sit on a console and play with a controller and play Minecraft. Of course, nowadays you can play Bedrock with a controller, but it's still not just, it doesn't hit the same. So, back in the day, playing Minecraft on a controller was crazy, and I remember my dad, he had a spare Xbox 360, and he gave it to me to play Minecraft on, and I remember going to the store. Minecraft Xbox 360 edition was like $20. Crazy to think that games were 20 bucks back in the day. But I remember buying it for 20 bucks, loading it up, and I would just play there with the controller, and I thought that was the craziest thing at the time. And, it was very simple, very basic, and I really liked that about the Xbox 360 Minecraft, and it's like a major reason as to why I love it so much, because obviously no unlimited worlds, the world was limited, and it was nice that the game gave you a map, and the whole map, that once you filled the whole thing out, that was your world. And I thought that was so cool because I had a major issue back in the day with getting lost, because obviously Minecraft was endless at the time on PC, and I had a very big issue with wandering off and then losing my house and never finding it again. Now the cool part about Minecraft Xbox 360, something that was very nice for me when I played it and when I was a little kid, world wasn't infinite, so, if I lost my house, eventually I'd find it because, the world wasn't infinite, so it was somewhere on the world. So I would be able to find where I live. It was pretty nice. So I never really had to get too scared about losing all my stuff because obviously I would wander off But, since the world wasn't infinite, I could always find my way back home. Also, the game always, gave you a map, so it was very nice to always have a map. It was very helpful. Very, very good design choice, for that version. And, also the crafting menus were way more simple, so you didn't have to memorize everything. The game was very helpful and very welcoming to new players. And even players that weren't that good at Minecraft, that weren't very experienced, like it really helped those players grow and get better at Minecraft, like me as well, because back when I first started playing Minecraft, I didn't memorize all the, crafting recipes and everything, and I didn't know how to craft everything. And then once I moved over to the Xbox 360 version, I knew how to make everything, and it was so cool because I didn't have to worry about not knowing how to make anything because I could just look at the crafting thing and be like, oh yeah, I need these items to be able to craft these things. So I would just go out of my way to go collect the things that I needed, and then I would craft it because the game showed you how to craft these things. And it was so cool because back then, you didn't have to worry about like memorizing recipes. Like the game just told you how to do it. And because of the crafting system, it was very simple, very basic, very easy to use. And I really appreciate 4J Studios for making it like that because making a crafting like menu system like that is always so nice, and I will always praise them for doing a crafting menu like that because it was just so easy, very simple, very easy for like a kid like me who didn't know much about Minecraft, or like not know much, but know how to craft things and know how to make everything. It was very helpful. I also like how the Xbox 360 had tips on the screen. Like you'd see certain blocks in the game and be like, hey, you gotta like, you gotta like use these specific tools to be able to mine these specific blocks, right? And the game would tell you. And it was so cool because obviously the game was like, oh yeah, before you gotta know, like if you want to mine like lapis, you gotta have like an iron pickaxe, or diamonds, you need an iron pickaxe. If you want to mine the obsidian, you gotta get a diamond pickaxe. The game would give you tips and it would help you out. It would tell you how to do things, and it was so cool. And I really miss that because I mean, like yes, me being someone that's played Minecraft for many, many years, I mean, obviously I know that. But obviously, newer players that are getting into the games nowadays, I mean, they don't have that anymore. So players are just having to figure it out on their own. And like to be fair, that's how I did it when I played Minecraft early on because I played on Java first, so I had to learn things as I went. Because I made a mistake of mining iron with a I think it was a wooden pickaxe. So that was a waste of some iron. So I had to learn. But of course, that's another reason why I miss it. I also miss just how simple it was to also play multiplayer because back then you could either play online, you all you had to do was open the world, invite your friends, they were in. That's how you played together. Easy. You didn't have to, give each other your IPs and set up a LAN server and all, and just do all this like complicated stuff. So much easier. And another cool thing that I really miss about Xbox 360 was the split screen. The fact that you could play Minecraft, split screen was like unheard of at the time, and it just blew my mind as a kid because I mean, I knew about, you know, like multiplayer games and playing together and all that, and like, playing split screen and all that, but I never would have thought I'd see the day where I would see a split screen Minecraft, game ever. Because obviously I played on Java, so like you couldn't do split screens. So it was just so crazy, the fact that I could hop on, me and my brother could play at the same time. We could play split screen, we could play Minecraft, you know, and we could explore the world, grind out, just building houses, mining and all that together. And we didn't have to worry about an endless world. So it's like, oh yeah, if we ever ended up somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, like we could just check the map and be like, all right, I know where to go. Let's just go back because obviously we had the map. Or if we didn't have the map on us, we wouldn't be like lost forever because it wasn't infinite. Like it was so cool. It was just so simple, very new, user friendly, or like more or less like it was a lot better for players that weren't as good at Minecraft. Like because at the time I was not good at Minecraft at all. And the fact that I wasn't good, it just really helped me a lot. Get on my feet and get way better at the game. Like, you see this map right here on my wall. In the Xbox 360 Minecraft, like, technically, like, this would be... Well, that's not everything. I think, you would need a bigger map. But, I think, it'd be like a level 2 map in Minecraft. So, it would be more than this, like, way more. But, you'd only have one map. You'd have a whole world. Like, obviously, if that map on the wall there was everything, that would be such a small world, and that would, like, be lame. But No, the Xbox 360 worlds are way bigger. I don't remember how big the worlds are, but you guys can just search it up online. It was not insanely big, but it still felt nice to have quite a lot of like space to do stuff. So yeah, those are some of the reasons why I miss, playing Xbox 360 Minecraft was just the simplicity of it, the just how easier it was to get into the game and play it. It was nice to be able to play on the controller, how much easier it was to play multiplayer. I mean, God, split screen Minecraft was amazing. I mean, I played that all the time. I remember I used to play it almost every day. Split screen Minecraft, like I remember me and my brother used to play Java together, and we would love Java. And to this day, we both still play Java, but like obviously the fact that we could play it on console with a controller and split screen was amazing. So we would just play it together because it was just, I don't know, it was just so much more just easier to play, simpler, more newer user friendly, which I mean by that point me and my brother had some experience in Minecraft, so like we knew what we were doing, but we learned a lot more by playing Xbox 360 Minecraft. So obviously, all the experience that we have now wouldn't be, really a thing without Xbox 360 Minecraft, which I mean, I know so much time has passed since we've played, so I mean, to be fair, I guess some of us have gained more experience playing outside of Xbox 360, but like getting like the easy and the basics, like the easy stuff of Minecraft, like the basics, right? Getting all that down and just getting better at Minecraft as a whole and just kind of learning so much about like the core base of the game, right? Like the simple stuff. Because back then it was based on an earlier version, so it was more simple. Like this version that I'm playing, it was basically based on this when I first played on the Xbox 360. So it was really easy to like learn everything. And once going back to Java, it's like, oh yeah, I already know all this because like Xbox 360, I learned all of that through that. And also another thing why I miss Xbox 360 was the fact that it was so similar to Java, like it was almost identical. Like that's what people liked about Xbox 360 Minecraft and just the legacy versions of Minecraft was the fact that it was so similar to Java that people like would say like it's pretty much just as good as Java. Like the version I'm playing right now 1.7.10 was pretty much like the same version of Minecraft that was on the Xbox 360 after a couple updates. And I was like, man, like this actually is amazing. Like I feel like I'm playing the same game, but just on the console. And it was also just a lot more simple and a lot easier to play. You didn't have to worry about many things like infinite worlds or like obviously, every update. Well, the only issue with updates, right, on the consoles was since the world wasn't infinite, if you got a new update that added new stuff, you basically had to make a whole new world because the worlds weren't infinite. That's like one of the only downsides of it. But like other than that though, like I mean the original Xbox like 360 Minecraft was just such a blast to play. Like I get, nostalgia does play a factor into that because like oh, I grew up playing as a kid, you know, way easier, simpler, had more fun, which I guess like yeah, that could mean that I probably won't enjoy it, as much as I used to because obviously Minecraft has changed a lot. But to be fair, I mean, I played this version of Minecraft, so I feel like if anything, I would love to revisit the Xbox 360 version of Minecraft, which I mean, the unfortunate part is that I don't think my Xbox 360 works too well. Like, it doesn't read the discs well anymore, so. But I do have the Minecraft Xbox One edition, which I mean is just an improved version of the 360, which I also love that version too. But like obviously 360 has a very special place in my heart, just of how it looks and everything, it's just very, very special. So yeah, that's all I really want to talk about in this video though. It's just me kind of reminiscing and just kind of missing the old days of playing Minecraft Xbox 360 because I mean that was such a great console to play Minecraft on. But I get it, you know, things change, people move on, people are playing different stuff. So it's like, oh, like Xbox Minecraft will never be the same because now we have Bedrock, which is unfortunate because it's like, well, I kind of wish I kind of wish they never moved on to making Bedrock because Bedrock, I mean, listen, Bedrock is not the greatest version, but the fact that it makes it easier for people to play together is nice. I think it's amazing. But I don't know. I just, like I said, I really do miss the legacy versions of Minecraft. I think those were amazing, like the console editions, really cool stuff, and I really can't wait, to just I don't know, maybe revisit it one day because I've been really been getting that motivation to play it or something. But I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. It's just, kind of missing those days. But, you know. Anyways, enough of the ranting. That's gonna be it for this video, though, you guys. If you guys have made it this far into the video, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you all for listening. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, guys.